More breaking news. The Big Ten Conference just in the last few hours announcing it is going to sideline the University of Michigan's head football coach from games for the rest of the season over a sign stealing scandal. Basically, Michigan is accused of sending a scout to opponents' games to figure out and record their in-game signals. The NCAA does not allow sign stealing, but it does have rules against in-person scouting of opponents and using electronic equipment to steal that. In a new statement, the university says it is going to try to get a court order to stop the Big Ten from punishing its head coach like this. The reason this is such a big deal is because playoffs are less than 2 months away, and Michigan, as you know, is a major power player. It is ranked third in the country. It has got a huge game tomorrow with Penn State, and there's a lot of money involved. Big money. And Noah Pransky joins me now. So, Noah, not all of us are big college sports fans following the ins and outs of Michigan. So tell us exactly what is going on. Walk it through us with us.
Yeah, so there's often, suspensions in college football, college sports, but they usually have to do with violations of other NCAA policies. We don't usually see discipline involving cheating. So let me back up a little bit, tell you the timeline of how we got here. This is all really the last 3 or 4 weeks. October 17th, the NCAA gets this evidence handed to them from an outside firm, and they launch an investigation into Michigan football. 2 days later, head coach Jim Harbaugh issues a statement where he says he knows nothing about any cheating scheme, any scandal. He has nothing to do with it. And this is key because as we go forward, it was only 1 day later they suspend their assistant coach, kind of point the finger at him. But then later, 5 days later, Washington Post just details this expansive operation that Michigan apparently had, one that basically their fellow teams in the Big Ten say it's impossible to have done this without the coach knowing. And it details what looks like an illegal cheating scheme. So November 8th, just before this announcement comes out today, Michigan demands due process. They say the Big Ten, you don't even have it in your bylaws to do anything before the NCAA does. But then today, Big Ten suspends coach from the sideline of the remaining games this season. And what we know moving forward is it's NCAA's ball next. We'll see what they end up doing with this team.
Yeah, but we're walking a fine line here, aren't we? I mean, the NCAA does not outlaw sign stealing, but it does have rules against in-person scouting of opponents' sign usage and electronic equipment to steal signs. And we've got Penn State coming up tomorrow. Let's talk about that game. You see the team arriving for the airport, I understand, a little bit earlier.
Yeah, Jim Harbaugh showed up on the tarmac in Pennsylvania. He's ready to coach. And Michigan says, they had a statement just within the last hour or so. They say, we're going to challenge this. We're going to go to court, ask for an injunction to try and get our coach on the sidelines tomorrow. Big Ten says you're not going to do that. So this may play out in court over the next, 16 hours here. But basically, this looks like a slap on the wrist from the Big Ten. There is no big action against the team. That will come either from the NCAA or not at all at this point, Tom.